starting to get a little bit more into the actual project here. We're back with our little test tank. I've got this object here that I've made, and I want to stick it onto this fender. I've made one of them. I've textured it. Now I've textured this using Unwrap, which we're going to be getting to here pretty soon, but you could texture it any way that you want. And I'm holding down the Shift button and the left mouse key and dragging. And I'm going to get the spacing correct on this to what I want. And then this, when I let go of all the buttons, this will come up. I want to make either copies or instances. Copies are probably safer for you to use because instances aren't going to attach. So if you want to use copies, that'll work. And then put the number of copies here. And when I say OK, it's going to then space 4 more of those. So the one I made plus 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of the original, and it'll just space them out. And it works really well for complicated objects like our little tank here. You can see now I've made 3 more. Now once we've made those, we can attach them. As long as they're not instances, they will attach. I'm under Edit Poly, No Subobjects, Attach. I'm going to click on each one. This works best if you've already textured them so that you don't have to texture them again. And then I'm just going to use Mirror. I'm going to make it a copy on the x-axis, and then I'm just going to scoot these over to the other side of my tank. Remember, this mirror command works best if you let go of the mouse a few times and drag. There we go. And now my tank has some new little decorations on it. So that particular command works really well. Now one thing it's not doing, it's not blending these objects into the original mesh. So if you want a single shell mesh, which you don't have to have, but if that's what you want, and that would be the standard for games, you would then have to go through, delete the bottom polygons of each of these, and seam them into this little fender piece. If you're going to do that, you might want to do it before you texture the object. If you're making separate objects and we're just attaching these, then do the texturing beforehand, make your clones, and just set them on the tank or the vehicle where you want them, and you're all done. Okay? So that is cloning as it goes along with our project. Don't forget to do that. So only make one object and then clone it to the other side. Okay?